All right, Celtics fans, get ready because we have some big updates and potential shakeups that could completely alter the landscape for Boston this season. The Dallas Mavericks might be on the verge of a major roster overhaul, and the Celtics could find themselves in the mix for some intriguing additions. The chatter around the league is that the Mavs are considering moving some of their veteran players to focus on building around their young phenom, Cooper Flagg, the #1 overall pick who has instantly become the centerpiece of their future plans. This strategy shift could open doors for teams like Boston, especially as they look to get back into championship contention with Jason Tatum returning to full health. While we all know trades in the NBA are complex, the possibility of Boston making a move for the right piece or two is very real, and fans are starting to speculate about who could realistically come to Boston if the Celtics decide to get aggressive in the trade market. The Mavericks front office has been under intense scrutiny after some recent missteps, including the much-discussed trade of Luka Doncic, which has left them in a tricky position as they try to realign their team for the future. Reports indicate that the Mavericks are examining every option, including the idea of trading high-profile players, though Mark Cuban has publicly stated that they are not looking to trade Anthony Davis, aiming instead to remain competitive. However, insiders suggest that this may be more strategic posturing than a firm commitment, as the reality of the situation is that if Davis were available, the right offer could be considered. Boston has historically shown interest in high-impact players, and while trading for a star like Davis would be incredibly complicated due to salary and roster constraints, is a scenario that cannot be completely dismissed. Considering the roster pieces currently rumored to be available, there are several players who could potentially fit into Boston's plans without requiring the Celtics to take on excessive risk. Names like Daniel Gafford, a strong, physical center who can protect the rim and contribute on offense through putbacks and efficient scoring near the basket, have emerged as realistic targets. Gafford brings a level of stability and experience that could immediately improve Boston's interior presence, particularly as they look to complement Jason Tatum's return. Acquiring a player like Gafford would require careful salary management, likely involving moving contracts such as Anthony Simons and potentially other assets to create the necessary cap space. But the upside of bolstering the frontcourt for both defense and rebounding makes it an enticing option. Another player worth discussing is Max Christie, a younger 3-and-D specialist who has impressed with his shooting efficiency and defensive versatility. At just 22 years old, Christie represents not only immediate impact, but also a player with significant growth potential, making him an attractive long-term addition for a team like Boston that is balancing championship aspirations with roster development. His ability to stretch the floor with high-percentage three-point shooting and defend multiple positions aligns perfectly with Boston's playing style, offering spacing and flexibility alongside their existing stars. Bringing in Christie would involve navigating trade logistics, but the potential reward of securing a young, ascending wing player could be transformative. On the other hand, players like Najee Marshall bring solid skills and versatility to the table. Marshall is known for his defense, three-point shooting, and overall athleticism, making him a valuable contributor for any playoff contending team. However, Boston already has a deep pool of wings, including young, versatile defenders and scorers, so integrating Marshall might require careful consideration to avoid disrupting the development of their current rotation. Nonetheless, his experience and ability to play multiple positions could provide depth and strategic flexibility, especially in high-pressure playoff situations. Evaluating Marshall alongside Christie and Gafford gives Boston multiple avenues to strengthen different areas of the roster, whether the priority is immediate defensive impact, floor spacing, or frontcourt presence. The financial aspect and contract structures of potential acquisitions are a major factor in any trade discussion. For instance, Gafford's current contract, while higher than some of Boston's current role players, comes with the benefit of reliability and proven production, particularly in rebounding and rim protection. Christie, being younger and on a smaller contract, offers both upside and affordability, making him a potentially more efficient trade target if the Celtics want to balance immediate improvement with long-term sustainability. Marshall's relatively modest contract makes him financially viable, but the strategic fit within Boston's existing wing-heavy rotation remains a consideration. Managing these contracts carefully while maximizing on-court impact will be essential if Boston is serious about engaging in the Mavericks' potential fire sale. Historically, the Celtics have demonstrated a willingness to be aggressive in trades when the pieces align correctly, balancing star acquisitions with supporting role players who complement their core. This approach has allowed them to remain competitive even in the face of injuries or roster turnover. If the Mavericks' reported intentions are accurate, Boston has a unique opportunity to explore trades that could elevate their roster immediately without mortgaging the long-term development of key young players like Jason Tatum. The balance between taking calculated risks and maintaining roster stability will define the Celtics' strategy in approaching Dallas, especially as the NBA trade deadline approaches and rumors begin to solidify into actionable deals. Strategically, any move by Boston would require not just talent evaluation, but also careful timing and negotiation. Players like Gafford, Christie, and Marshall all offer different types of value, from interior toughness to perimeter shooting and defensive versatility. Each option comes with trade-offs, including contract size, impact on team chemistry, and alignment with Boston's long-term vision. Executives must weigh the immediate benefits of adding a specific player against potential long-term consequences, ensuring that any acquisition contributes to a sustainable championship window while minimizing risk. The Celtics' current roster construction, which balances elite scorers, playmakers, and versatile defenders, means that any incoming player must either fill a clear gap or provide strategic flexibility. Daniel Gafford could strengthen the center position and protect the rim, Christie could enhance spacing and shooting efficiency, and Marshall could add defensive versatility and depth on the wing. Identifying which of these players, or potentially others on the Mavericks roster, provides the optimal combination of skill, fit, and financial feasibility will be a key challenge for Boston's front office. Moreover, the broader context of the Mavericks situation cannot be ignored. With a young core being prioritized around Cooper Flag, Dallas is in a position where several veteran contracts could be moved to facilitate rebuilding and future flexibility. This creates a rare window for Boston to evaluate talent that may not be available in other trade scenarios, potentially acquiring players who can contribute immediately while Dallas continues its pivot toward a younger roster. The Celtics fans are rightfully curious about the team's willingness to engage in these trades. The dynamic of balancing immediate competitive advantage with the health and development of stars like Tatum will heavily influence the front office's decisions. While Anthony Davis remains a high-profile name and technically out of reach, players like Gafford, Christie, and Marshall present more realistic and strategically sound options for bolstering Boston's roster this season. The intrigue lies in the fact that Boston has the flexibility, both financially and roster-wise, to explore these possibilities without committing to excessive risk or long-term salary burdens, positioning them well to capitalize on the Mavericks' potential shakeup. If you're a Celtics fan, the excitement isn't just about the speculation. It's about the tangible ways in which the team could enhance its lineup, improve defense, add spacing, and create more balance across positions. Each potential trade target offers a unique combination of strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities, and part of the fun is imagining how these players would mesh with Boston's existing stars. The possibilities are expansive, and the decisions made over the coming weeks could have a significant impact on the Celtics' trajectory this season. This trade scenario also underscores the complexity of NBA trades, particularly when it involves multiple teams, luxury tax considerations, and balancing the salary cap. Any successful transaction for Boston will likely involve strategic maneuvering, including potential three-team deals, moving expiring contracts, and securing assets that align with both the present and future. While challenging, the Celtics have historically navigated these complexities effectively, and the current situation with the Mavericks provides a ripe opportunity to do so once again. The landscape is dynamic, and as reports continue to circulate, Boston fans should stay tuned for potential developments. With the combination of strategic opportunities, roster needs, and the Mavericks' openness to considering multiple trade options, there is genuine potential for Boston to emerge from this period stronger and more versatile. The calculus involves not only talent evaluation, but also financial strategy, roster balance, and long-term vision, all of which Boston has demonstrated the ability to manage effectively. This is a pivotal moment for Celtics fans, as the convergence of opportunity, roster gaps, and trade possibilities could lead to impactful moves that redefine the team's outlook. With players like Gafford, Christie, and Marshall offering different types of value, the Celtics have multiple avenues to enhance their roster while remaining competitive and protecting their long-term future. We will continue breaking down each potential target, analyzing fit, and considering how these players could contribute to Boston's rotation in real time, ensuring that fans understand the strategic implications of each scenario. The discussion around the Mavericks' potential fire sale is just heating up, and Boston's approach will be one of the most fascinating storylines in the league as we move closer to the trade deadline. All right, Celtics Nation, let's dive even deeper into the potential moves that Boston could make as the Mavericks reportedly consider a major roster shakeup. One of the most intriguing aspects of this situation is how it could reshape Boston's bench and depth, something that has been a talking point throughout the season. While the Celtics' core of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown carries the scoring load, there are areas where the team could use reinforcement, particularly in perimeter defense, three-point shooting, and interior toughness. The Mavericks' rumored willingness to explore trades opens a window for Boston to address these areas without compromising their core players or long-term plans. Focusing first on Daniel Gafford, it's clear why he is considered one of the more realistic targets. Standing as a physical presence in the paint, Gafford is not only an elite rebounder, but also a rim protector who can alter the trajectory of opposing offenses with his shot-blocking ability. For Boston, this could be a perfect complement to the Wings' perimeter defense, creating a more balanced team that can handle both inside and outside threats. Offensively, Gafford's efficiency around the rim, particularly on putbacks and offensive rebounds, allows him to contribute without dominating possessions, which is ideal for a team with multiple primary scorers. Incorporating him into the rotation would also relieve pressure on other frontcourt players, enabling them to conserve energy for crucial stretches of games, particularly in the playoffs. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Whispers are swirling through the NBA corridors as tensions rise over a sequence of recent moves that some league insiders are calling suspiciously favorable to the Boston Celtics. Sources close to rival franchises are reportedly urging Commissioner Adam Silver to take a closer look, claiming that a pattern of transactions and decisions seems to consistently tilt in Boston's favor. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the chatter has grown so loud that front offices across the league are said to be quietly pressing for an investigation. League observers point to several recent trades and roster decisions that, when viewed together, could raise eyebrows. It's not just one move, one anonymous executive reportedly said. It's a string of them, and you have to wonder if it's coincidence or something more. Social media has been ablaze, with fans speculating about potential behind-the-scenes maneuvering, while commentators weigh the possibility that the Celtics front office may be benefiting from advantages that haven't been fully explained. The call for oversight isn't coming from a single corner of the league. Rival teams, particularly those in the Eastern Conference, are rumored to be coordinating their concerns, sending letters and informal communications to the commissioner's office. While Adam Silver is known for maintaining a hands-off approach to day-to-day team strategies, insiders say this mounting pressure may force him to examine whether certain patterns of trades, draft picks, or other operational decisions merit a formal review. Even players are reportedly noticing the chatter, though few have publicly commented. Some suggest that the rumors themselves could be destabilizing, creating uncertainty in locker rooms and shifting focus away from the court. Analysts, meanwhile, are speculating on how any investigation, if launched, could ripple across the league, potentially reshaping trade strategies and front office dynamics. For now, the Celtics organization has remained tight-lipped, offering no public statement beyond standard media reassurances. But the rumor mill shows no signs of slowing down. With whispers of unfair advantages circulating, all eyes are on Adam Silver and whether he will step in, or let the murmurs fade into another layer of NBA intrigue. One thing is clear. The buzz around Boston's recent run of moves isn't going away anytime soon, and the league could be on the brink of one of its most talked-about internal reviews in years. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.